Hi, this is Artifacts of Mars. I wanted to talk to you about this for some time. What happens, do you think, when you walk into your average supermarket or, big chain store? Not little mom and pop shops, but the big ones. Do you think that just because you're paying cash that you got privacy? Well, you're sadly mistaken, you don't. What I would suggest is, and I'm going to tell you why, is that when you're in checkout line especially, maybe out on the floor too, I would stay silent for the most part. I would stay silent unless I really have a reason to say something. I'm going to go through this step by step, so hopefully people understand what you have going. I worked inside a grocery store, big chain store. I'm not going to mention them. I'm not going to say the name was Tops. Oops, did I say it? I worked inside the store and I saw some of the equipment inside the manager's office. And what was in there, the equipment that was in there was something called voice analysis software. It uses ADSR analysis to analyze your voice for stress patterns. ADSR is a technical term. It stands for attack, decay, sustain, release. You don't really have to know that, but it scans your voice to see if you have stress, because the idea being is that if you're shoplifting, you might have a little stress in your voice when you walk up the checkout line. Well, so what if you're not a shoplifter? You still got a major problem. And I'm going to explain why. Let's say you walk in the store, you do everything right, you're paying cash, you don't use shopper club cards, you're trying to remain anonymous. That's not going to work. Not today. Because things have changed dramatically in this country in the last 20 years. When you walk into that store with a shopper club card or without it, the instant you're in the door, you're being photographed. You understand this, right? They got cameras everywhere. Well, why is this a problem? Well, for one thing, your photograph can be searched through an instant database. They have recognition software right now, facial recognition. You can search through a database and find matches to your face, and then it associates your name with your face. So the instant you walk in the door, one way or the other, somebody's going to know, some computer's going to know your name. This is not even talking about cell phones, pagers, and assorted electronic gadgets, which can be read. As I found out working for Wrong Aid, they had one of the most amazing surveillance states I've ever seen. They knew exactly where I was and what I was saying anytime I was in the store. Anyway, so from this, you walk in the door, somebody's going to know who you are. Well, you say, well, I don't really care. I'm paying cash. I'm not doing anything wrong. Well, you better care. Here's the problem. So you walk to the store, you get a bunch of things. But let's say some jerk on the road had pissed you off. This really happened to me. I was turning right. I had my signal on. I was turning right into the parking lot, into the local store, the local grocery store. And I had my signal on, did everything correctly, and some jerk behind me decides to try to turn inside me because he wanted to save a few seconds. Problem is, had I continued in my turn, there was a 100% chance of collision. And it would have been his fault, but it wouldn't do me any good because I don't have any money for another car. And there was 100% chance that he would have hit me. So I did cuss him out, but it didn't do any good. He was too stupid to understand the concept that you don't try to turn inside somebody, you wait your turn before turning in. He did force me to go straight. I had to go straight or he would have hit my car. 100% probability of it, there's no doubt. So that jerk pissed me off. So you say, well, what's this got to do with going through checkout lane and remaining silent? Well, remember what I said about the equipment, the stress equipment, voice stress analysis? You're going through that line, that voice stress analysis equipment, it can't read your mind, it doesn't know what's on it, but what it can do is look at the stress patterns. And if those stress patterns might say, yeah, he's under stress for some reason, you're going to get flagged as a possible shoplifter. Because that's what they're worried about, right? Shoplifters. That could, if you've been stealing something and you go and, talk it up with the cashier, you're being listened to. There are microphones listening to your voice. They are examining your voice pattern. And when they examine your voice pattern, what they're doing is they're seeing if you are under stress, like I talked about. They're not going to be able to tell what causes stress, however. They don't know whether you've shoplifted or whether some jerk has cut you off in the parking lot or something like that. So you say, so what? Well, it's like I said, you've already been identified the instant you walk in the door. And when you have your voice stress there, the machine says, this guy has stress in his voice, you're automatically a suspect. Even though you haven't done anything wrong. You're automatically a suspect because the machine is saying, well, this guy is pissed off about something, or he's upset, or he's hiding something. So they're going to look at you very suspiciously. If it gets worse. All these stores are connected by networks. I mean, get freaking real. They share and receive information from different government sources. Facial recognition, like I said, cell phones, this, that, RFID stuff. They know who you are when you walk in. They know you're upset about something. If you're shooting off your mouth in the line, but you're not saying, of course, if you say something like, I'm going to shoot up the Congress, then you're going to be more than flagged if you say something like that. But you can say the most innocent things, and you're still going to get flagged as a potential shoplifter. Well, why do I care about that? Well, the next step of this thing is you walk in, you get done with the grocery store, and you walk in your average Kmart. All of a sudden, you notice you have somebody tailing you. Security people are tailing you. You didn't do anything wrong now, did you? You're just a little upset because some jerk cut you off in the parking lot. Well, guess what? You walked in another store that's already gotten around electronically that you're being suspected of being a shoplifter. It could happen. I've walked into stores where I ain't done anything wrong, and instant I'm in the door, people are following me right and left. But what I figured out from being in that one grocery store and seeing their equipment was they're analyzing your voice and seeing if there's something up, you're upset about something, or there's some stress, and then that information, you can bet, is going to be shared. I don't care if you pay cash, credit, or whatnot. It's going to be shared. It's going to go in government databases, and they're not going to tell you, well, by the way, we flagged you as a potential shoplifter. Are you one? They're not going to do that. Duh. People call it paranoia when they see somebody following them. Well, maybe they are following them because maybe the computers flagged them. So my advice, if you don't want this stuff to follow you around like a sick puppy, is try to stay silent. And I would try to stay silent in checkout line, to be honest with you. I wouldn't say much. I'd try to limit what I say out on the floor as well. It's a shame that things have gotten like this, where we gotta be afraid. We gotta keep our mouths zipped shut. But until we get some Congress people with some balls to shut down the NSA and shut down all this spying, we've got to do something. People are going to have to rob these people of their intelligence. And one of the best ways, like I said, that you can do this is simply keep your hole shut in checkout line and out on the floor in these stores. It makes me feel kind of bad that I'm doing this. A lot of these cashiers are really friendly, and I'd love to respond to them. I'm not always pissed off by some jerk cutting me off in the parking lot. That's true. But I'm not willing to take a chance. So I don't want to turn around 2 days later and be tailed by security in Walmart because I shot a little bowl with the cashier and saved a lot. And some computer flagged me. See, it doesn't matter. Cash, credit, shopper club, card, whatever, it doesn't matter. And your phone, if you have a phone, pager, any other electronic gadget, anything with an RFID tag attached, you're screwed. They know who you are the instant you walk in that door. This is like 1984 on steroids. Ever read the book or seen the movie? I've seen the movie and read the book. 1984 by George Orwell. This makes that look a little on the tame side. And by the way, in 1984 you had these video screens that you couldn't turn off. And they were always watching you. I got news for you. That's already happening in today's world. Yeah, we're in deep trouble. I just got one thing to say, you people. Mind your own business. Stop snooping on us. You can go fly a kite. I'm tired of it. NSA, mind your own business. There's an old song, mind your own business and you won't be minding mine. That's about it. You call this Paranoid Rand if you want. If you think you have any privacy, you're sadly mistaken. If you can walk into a store, any store, and not have the computers identify you, I tip my hat to you. They're going to know who you are. And your photograph is in databases like Driver's License Bureau and Driver's License, that kind of thing. And with the facial recognition, you're identified the minute you walk in. My advice is try to remain silent. I don't like it. I don't like being rude. I'd rather be friendly with the cashiers. But in this day and age, privacy is key, and not giving them a voice print to listen to when you're in checkout lane is depriving people who want to spy on you of at least some information. Can't wear a mask either, because they'll make you take it off. Because they want to photograph you, is what it is. They say it's to keep people from robbing the place, but I have my doubts about that. So my advice is stay silent in checkout line. And pay cash if you can. Doesn't really matter anymore. They're gonna know who you are. Oh, and how do you think China got so far ahead of us? I mentioned shopper club cards. I got news for you. All your personal information, once you use a shopper's club card, is in a computer in Beijing in 30 seconds. How do you think they got so far ahead of us? They're killing us on the world market. They're killing this country. It's just a shame. I'm Artifacts of Mars. Thanks for viewing.